I'm curious about being an astronaut.
I'm curious about if there's anything after death.
I'm curious about what will happen when Earth becomes overpopulated.
I'm curious about the ultimate result of the artificial intelligence.
From the classroom to the real world, the Village School takes a new approach to teaching and learning.
And they've teamed up with MIT to teach students successful skills in the fields of math and science. Head of school Gabriela Rowe is here to explain. And also joining us are the students you just heard from, Mia, Gabriela, Ella, and G. Welcome to you all. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
So Gabriela, we just heard some of these, interests that your students are sharing. Tell us what this is all about.
Well, we are a STEM school, which means that we spend a lot of time working on math and science and art and engineering and how all those things fit together. But we are incredibly fortunate to build on that through our collaboration with MIT.
See, I've got to ask you about this with MIT. As someone who is also a meteorologist, into the science, a girl that's into science especially, tell me about partnering with MIT, because this is a pilot program that's not being done anywhere else in the country.
It really is phenomenal. We are part of a network of schools, North Anglia Education, and developed a partnership, a collaboration with MIT to bring projects, challenges, curriculum that stimulates children to think about the problems in their real world. We're very fortunate that we get to be one of the pilot schools to do that at the Village School. And our head of science in high school is the coordinator for it for North America. So we're very, very excited.
You got a good in there.
Yeah.
And Gabriela, we have had you on Houston Life before, so some of our viewers may be familiar with the Village School. We're seeing some shots now of some of the hands-on experience that your students are getting. But for people who may be unfamiliar with the Village School, tell us a little bit about what kind of education students can expect to receive.
Absolutely. We are the largest private school in Houston, a little bit hidden in West Houston, but we believe strongly in touching and feeling and experiencing in order to learn. So our children have goats and chickens and gardens, but they also have a very accelerated curriculum in math and science that's project and problem learning based, so that they learn how to really look out into the world and figure out what needs to be fixed and how to get there.
Kind of that chance to discover their passion, whatever it may be.
Absolutely.
Okay, so are you guys ready? I got some questions to ask about what you're curious about. Okay, Mia, I'm going to start with you. You're curious about space. If somebody gave you the chance to go to Mars, would you go?
Yes.
And you're 5.5, right? And you know all the planets already and the order. Can you tell us?
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
And the one that's we talk about might not be a planet?
Pluto.
Pluto. She's so smart.
You're 5.5 years old. How did you become so interested in space?
I learned about it at school.
Wow, that is incredible. Well, I hope you get to Mars one day. I think that's really cool.
Take me with you if you get to go.
And you've got to promise you'll come back. You'll come back and see us, all right? You'll tell us all about what you saw. Okay, great. Moving on to Gabriela. So, Gabriela, you were telling us you're curious about what happens after death?
Yes.
Why that?
Well, for a while now, I've been wondering more about, what our lives mean. I know that's quite deep, but I've also found a way to express it through my art. So I really love to draw and paint, and I feel that that's a medium where you can express abstract concepts through, and I really enjoy it.
And that's actually the painting that we're seeing behind us.
Yeah.
That behind you is you made that, right?
Yes. It's a watercolor.
Because part of this program is that you guys have to do a project, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So I wanted to express what I thought through a painting. And so the skull represents death. And it's still a work in progress, but I'm getting there.
See, it's such a super cool. I'm a huge fan of the arts. I know we've talked a lot about math and science, but the arts, that's a critical component. I mean, I feel like there's...
It is that A in STEAM.
It is the A in STEAM in that acronym. Well, that's fantastic, Gabriela. So, Ella, you are interested in what the future will look like.
Yes.
I'm just interested in what's going to happen. Like, we never know, and I think it'd be so cool to kind of take a look at that.
What do you think you might find?
Well, one thing that we've been learning about in school is that resources are running out, and we need to save those. And also, if we do run out, we'll need to find a new place to live, so maybe on the moon or another planet. So that's definitely in the works.
See, I love that.
So
It's
fascinating.
very common sense, but it's also very forward thinking. We need more people like you in the world who are
See,
thinking
like when
about
I was
what's
growing
next.
up, you know, Back to the Future was something that we looked at. You guys have probably seen the movie by now, but it's so interesting to look to the future. Okay, G, I got to ask you, artificial intelligence.
Yes. Well, I get to know about the artificial intelligence when I watched the movie I, Robot that was played by Will Smith. I think published in 2004. And the movie is about how like artificial intelligence robot take over humanity and they're trying to conquer the humanity. But like Will Smith eventually like, stopped them. But I could see the possibility that actually artificial intelligence can like control us in later futures, and I was kind of scared when I was young.
Yeah, I was going to say, because like, you know, smartphones are running our lives now.
Exactly.
So kind of taking it to that. What are you doing for your project?
Well, personally, I have an interest in artificial intelligence. Like, I kind of have a research that has been made by like professors all over the world. Like it's all about like more research on the topic we're interested in.
Wow.
And yeah, and I made some like little poster like with the artificial intelligence.
Well, gee, that's a heavy question to ask. Will robots take over the world? Will it be the end of human existence?
Or will we revolt against it?
Will we revolt again? So, Gabriela, the school season is already in full swing now, but can students still enroll, or could parents enroll their students still if they wanted
Absolutely. It is. We live in an international city with people moving here every day. It's one of the things I love most about Houston, and we are a school that is set up to accommodate that. And I think that for families who are interested in having their children learn in this way, who have a future focus on science and the world around them, Village is a great fit, so come on and see us.
to? Awesome. Well, head of school, Gabriela
love
Rowe,
it.
and also Mia, Gabriela, Ella, and G, thank you all so much for coming and inspiring us to think.
Curious.
And for the rest of you, to learn more about this program, you can visit thevillageschool.com or call 281-496-7900.